Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. And in today's marketplace, it's crazy. I'm hearing stories about dealer markups. I'm hearing stories about people getting more resale value that for the vehicle actually paying for what they bought it for years ago. Yeah. So they bought it for like 40 and the dealer's offering them 40 now. So there's all sorts of crazy stuff happening in the marketplace. But for the average consumer, for those out there shopping for new trucks and SUVs right now today, you really need to know about resale value. Make sure you're buying the right vehicle so you're not going to lose your shirt in about 5 years, because most people sell them 5, 7 years. In that case, on average, there's always one guy's going to hold his truck for 45 years. It happens. I get it. But I wanted to share this with you today because I think it's really important, especially the way the economy is going, inflation, all this kind of stuff. So let's get to this information that's on the screen, and I'm going to pull it up here. I'm going to go like this. So we have it on the website. Plus, I'm going to show you the YouTube channel real fast too. And I was doing some housekeeping on the website, and I'll show you where I put some stuff, because it's a lot of good stuff over here. Teaser. If you go to our YouTube channel, you go to homepage, you'll find under playlists, you'll find a variety of playlists. And so what I have done over the years is I've covered this topic a lot, because I feel like it's really important to understand when you're buying a vehicle, what do you need to know? To me, will it be reliable? Will it have good resale value? What's going on with this? And so there's lots of good videos in here I've done over the years on trying to explain some of the stuff going on, things you see in forums, things you hear. I've done consumer reports. I've even done JD Power for those who don't like JD Power. I've done a lot of stuff going on in here. So there's lots of interesting information here that you need to know. So go ahead and check that out too, because I really, again, lots of cool stuff there. But let's go back to the website. So if you go to guides, which again, good information here, and you go down to resale, you'll see a variety of resale stories we've done over the years based on sources. So like a lot of the stuff we've used, either IC Cars or KBB. In this case, I want to go to this KBB story, because this is the one I was kind of looking at, because, well, as those who know, I bought a Tundra and I need to sell it. So I'm like, what am I going to lose my shirt or something? What's going on with this? So I was like curious. So you can see information on this guide, but basically what they've done is that they've looked at all the vehicles across different categories, and they've excluded low volume vehicles such as electric, luxury, and sport car categories, except for those, excuse me. If you're low volume electric or luxury or sports car, they put you in. If you're low volume anywhere else, to keep you up. They've also looked at the list, and they figured out that their top 10, which I've broken down to about 5 or 6, I took out the cars, is about 95% better than other models. The average new vehicle, this is very important, will be worth about 40% of its original sticker price after 60 months. 5 years, 40%, that's what you got left. The 10 vehicles in this list are actually kind of quartered them here, but I down about 5 or 6, is 59% more than the 40%. So 19% better resale value. And so what this does, it translates into a $45,000 vehicle being worth, well, this is 18,000. My website's not updating for some reason. I will, let me try this one more time and see if it does it. My browser is having all sorts of problems this morning. Anyways, this is 18,000. So the difference here is going to be over the course of 5 years, 60 months, a $45,000 vehicle will be $18,000 on average. If you buy one of the vehicles of top vehicles at 59% resale value, you would have $26,550 difference. Now this equates in this math $7,200 difference. It's overall at $8,000 difference between the vehicles. So $8,000 over 5 years you'll lose if you don't buy one of the top 10 vehicles. It's quite a bit of money, right? So let's get into this. Let's look at the list. So number one is the Toyota Tundra, which thankfully I just bought. Resale value over 5 years is 70.8%. This is one of the things that the Toyota fans love about the truck: reliable, good resale value. The 2022 model has some issues going on. Wastegate, we'll see how that impacts resale. I'm not really sure it's going to be that big of a difference. But one of the things I want to look at, did a little math here, and I looked at, so let's say I bought a truck for $60,000, which is about what my Tundra cost. 70% of that is going to be technical issues this morning times 70%. There we go. Now that's going to be $42,000. Okay. So what if I did 60,000 and I bought the average vehicle, which was 40%, $24,000. So that's a big difference, folks. That is a massive difference. Number 2 on the list, GMC Sierra Heavy Duty, which I find fascinating that this is on there. And I think the only reason this is on here is Denali, because the Chevy doesn't show up on the list. Oh, teaser, Chevy's not here either. I think Denali customers, if you do the higher trim Denali GMC Sierra, which is the majority of their sales, actually, if you're going to go to Sierra, most people are buying Denali's anyways. You'll see the resale value is much higher. The Toyota Tacoma, no surprise here, following the big brother, you're at 61.7% of the residual value. Okay. Ford Maverick, which is interesting. So the Ford Maverick is holding its resale value pretty high, which is a brand new vehicle. And I'm surprised to see this right off the bat, but I think it's a good little compromise vehicle in that people that don't really need a full-size truck, but they want better fuel economy and they just want something to be able to haul stuff around. Well, the Ford Maverick's hard to beat. It really is. 59.9% there. Ford F-Series, which includes F-150, F-250, F-350, and F-450, is going to be 57.3, which is a little surprising because they sell so much commercial. And usually you sell a lot of commercial and it puts your values down lower because you have a lot more volume. And so it's interesting to see them up that high. Ford Ranger, boom, right there as well. So really good showing by Ford here. 56.7% Ford Ranger. And then the last one on the list for the trucks was the Jeep Gladiator at 56.1, which is interesting. So the Jeep Gladiator and Jeep Wrangler actually often have best resale values just because, well, they're kind of cool. That's what people want. So if you don't see your truck on this list, that means it's below the average or it's not on the top 10. It didn't make the top 10 list. I've looked it up on KBB and I can't get more details for you. So sorry, Silverado fans and Ram 1500 fans. It doesn't show up. So yeah, that's what you got to know on that. Let's talk about SUVs. So the best SUVs for resale value. No surprise here. Toyota 4Runner follows in the steps of the Toyota trucks at 58.6% of its value. Subaru Crosstrek 52.3, which is interesting until you get Subaru Forester at 47.2. So Subarus make two big spots there, and Kia Telluride makes a spot here, which awesome. When I was growing up, Kia was not the brand you wanted, and they really have turned that around. So 51.9% three-row midsize SUV. That is a good residual value on that vehicle. GMC Yukon, which again I think is probably due to Denali, is going to be 47.2, the Denali trim. Looking at the Subaru Outback as well, so more Subaru. You have Lexus LX, which is going to have some pretty good residual value. Again, Lexus Toyota kind of deal. Lincoln Aviator, which kind of surprised me. The Aviator is Lincoln's not always known as a resale value kind of brand, but here we go, 41.5%. Mercedes-Benz GLB, 41.1, which is surprising. Again, luxury brands don't typically do well for resale. And here we go. We have two of them. The Volvo XC40, 39%. And I don't know how this got on my list, but I thought it was interesting. The Range Rover Velar is 36%, so it's way below average. And so 50. So let's do the math. So what they say, starting price is 58,300. 58,300 times 36%. How much would your value come when you do that? So that's going to be 29,88 minus 58,300. Survey says you're going to lose $37,312 over the course of 5 years by buying a Range Rover. Yikes. It's big likes. We split it up in the EV and hybrid SUVs for best resale value because I think more and more people are covering, we're covering EVs more and more people are looking for EVs and hybrids. So Tesla Model X has the best resale, which is interesting. Tesla as a brand tends to buck the trend on poor resale value for EVs. In this case, Tesla Model X has 57.6%, which is pretty darn good, except for the starting price is not pretty darn good. A lot of dough. Toyota Sienna, which actually is hybrid only these days, and it gets pretty good fuel economy, by the way, too. 50.3. Toyota RAV4 hybrid, that's their Toyota RAV4 Prime. Well thought after, well planned out vehicle, I should say, and journalists have loved this thing. 50.1 because it's no plug-in. You just get great fuel economy. You just drive it. It's fantastic. Keep it simple. And then to give me kind of put finish up that talk about how electric vehicles tend not to have their best resale value. We have the Ford Mustang Mach-E, 37.9% resale value over 5 years. That is awful. That is awful. That's we're going to lose quite the majority of the vehicle's value in the course of 5 years. Best brands resale value. Guess what? Toyota. Toyota basically dominated the list. That's what they said. It took the title for the 5th time in 6 years with 5 category wins. Lexus also repeat winner. So that's what you need to know on resale value. I thought it was really important to discuss that today and to make sure you give you guys the information when you're out there shopping, because I don't want to lose that much money in my truck, and I bet you don't either, and SUVs don't either. And so I'm curious, what are you guys surprised with? Mustang Mach-E was a surprise for me. We seemed like we liked it in our reviews. Jill drove it to Wisconsin. That was great. People have loved this thing, but 50, was it 37%? Whatever the number was, it was awful. Let me go number one more time. 37.9%. Our EV is going to continue having resale value problems. It's totally going to keep its resale value crown, even though it's got some wastegate issues, there's weird issues in a new 2022 model. These are really interesting questions. I love doing this. So I can't wait for next year to do this video as well, because what's going to change? Anyways, comments down below, website down below as well. Remember, live stream starts tonight, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. Other videos over here. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.